So today we're here on site to do a fire door survey. We're going to run through a number of checks to ensure that the fire door is up to code and to identify any defects that may need remedial works. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the door as an overall, check for some damage across the front of the face. We can see here that that is looking in very good condition. Okay, we check both sides of the door. That's in very good condition. We're going to come through here, we're just going to check the frame to make sure that the frame is fixed solidly into the wall, which it is. There's no movement there at all. We're again going to move on to the intermittent seals and smoke seals. These are all in good condition. There's no paint coverage on there. They're all nicely fitted inside their grooves. So there's no real issues there. The hinges here, we're going to check those. As you can see, they're BSE 1935 grade 11 with the CE mark up there. That's exactly what we're looking for. There's a little bit of oil leakage coming from the hinges here, so we'll take care of that as part of our remedials. Perco style closer. Although this is it's okay to use, we would much rather see an overhead closer. These are fairly difficult to adjust and are often unreliable. Looking at the latch plate here, we can see we have a little bit of a void in the frame there. So what we would do is we would pick that up as part of our remedials, place a hardboard wedge through there, glue that and make that good. The next thing we would do is we're checking for the ironmongery, make sure that the ironmongery is certified, approved, which it is here. We've got the stamp on the door there. It's exactly what we're looking for. Moving on from that, we're going to come to inside the property. We're going to check the gapping. This is very important. It keeps the smoke from billowing out into the escape route. I have my depth gauge here, and we're looking for a maximum of 4 millimeters. 3 millimeters ideally, but 4 is acceptable. And that currently is looking quite good. Often we find large gaps down the latch side of the door, which we're seeing here. We're seeing a 6 millimeter gap there. So that's part of our remedials. There's a few options there that we can do. We can either pack the hinges to close the gap, or if the hinge side gap is too large, then generally what we'll do is we'll pack the frame to close that down. One of our final checks would be the threshold gap at the bottom of the door. As you can see here, we're in excess of 15 millimeters. Okay, the maximum allowance is 10 millimeters on the threshold gap there. Okay, so that would need to be rectified. And the way we would do that is we would install a drop sill. We'll route that into the bottom of the door. And when the door closes, the drop sill activates and closes that gap down to less than 10 millimeters. So those are the kind of checks that we're looking for. And we do that on a regular basis. And we report that. We report our findings, and we'll also collate a corrective actions report as well.